I think how often I'll talk to somebody at a retail store or a restaurant, and they've either come from their other job or they're going to their other job after they finish that one. And it's been part of our culture for decades that a lot of people work multiple jobs to be able to make ends meet. Right now, a lot of people who might not have done that in the past may need to consider it because of the impact that inflation has had on being able to afford monthly expenses. My middle child is working 3 jobs right now because it's really hard for her to cover all her expenses every month. She lives in Southern California and her rent is obviously very high. Well, I say obviously, if you're not familiar, it's a very expensive part of the country to live in. And so she's hustling and working all these jobs at all different hours to try to make things work out for her financially. And so a lot of times necessity is the mother of invention. You know, we are at a time that employers still have 10 million jobs they're trying to fill. That's less than we had because the economy has slowed a gear, let's say. And so you may wonder, with all the talk about recession coming and all that, how could there still be 10 million jobs? Well, you got to think back to how severe the labor shortage has been in the United States. We're an aging population, a lot of factors involved, a lot of people who quit the workforce during COVID, reassessed, reevaluated their lives. They've not come back. And so we still have a large number of jobs that employers are looking to fill. And here we are in November. There are a lot of people looking just to fill jobs for the next 10 weeks through the Christmas holiday period. And so you can pick up part-time work paying at higher rates per hour than we've ever had for seasonal work at the Christmas shopping season. So if your budget is strained, you're carrying debts. I just, in my TV work, we just did an interview with someone who had ended up over time building up a lot of credit card debt and took on that credit card debt simply by taking a second part-time job and devoting all of that money towards paying down credit card debt and got it under control and ultimately paid it off. And that's the thing, is that if you are in a position where there feels like there's more month than money, picking up some part-time work or gig work to fill in those holes can work. I know a guy who works 2 full-time jobs. That's too much. I mean, then you have like no life at all, and it's a huge burden, and there are people who feel like they have to do that. I'm not talking about that. To me, that's just too much. But if you're working full-time and you pick up some hours, or on the weekend you pick up a shift, and you're able to close some of the gap you have in your budget, I think that's really great. I want to give a warning I've given over the years. I used to call the freeway ramp scam, but now it's online, it's on social media, it's on TikTok, you name it, where there are phony job offers. The freeway ramp scam is where you'd see a sign, and you still see these, just not as much as you used to, say, earn $400 a week in your spare time, earn $200 in just a few hours each week, that kind of stuff. And if you're at that ramp and you're like, wow, I got those bills to pay, and they say I'm going to earn all that money, or you watch a video online that says you got this great opportunity to earn all this money, be careful, because the scamsters are out there too. You need to do your proper checking to make sure that a job really is a real job so you don't get taken.